I got back from the gym. I just had to jump on to talk about this. Sorry if I look a little crazy. And believe it or not, I actually have a glass of wine for my post workout. Lots of stuff just happened, so I just wanted to jump on and get on with it. So first things first, I just got done listening to the Twitter Spaces with Elon Musk and none other than Jim Farley, CEO of Ford. This is a big deal. This is something that I thought was going to happen for a while. I know lots of people in the Tesla community have talked about this, and it's finally happening. And I think it's just going to accelerate. So, what happened? What's going on? Well, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that bell. Let's get into it. So, what happened? Let me go ahead and share my screen. So, here we go. Sawyer has written here breaking. Tesla CEO Elon Musk and Ford CEO Jim Farley have announced a partnership starting early next year that would give Ford EV customers access to more than 12,000 Tesla superchargers across the US and Canada. In 2025, Ford will offer next-gen EVs with North American charging standard connectors built in, eliminating the need for the adapter to access Tesla superchargers. So this is the Tesla supercharger fitting. So here you can see it, 40B customers to gain access, that, and here's just a whole bunch more detail. So anyways, this is absolutely excellent news. Extremely excited for Ford customers, extremely excited for Tesla shareholders and Elon Musk for brokering this deal. This is a very big deal. This is just once again where we see where private sector does better than than government. Right. I mean, you see Congress just fighting over themselves. Meanwhile, here we have Ford and Tesla, two frenemies, if you will, and they're able to come to this deal where there's this collaboration where now Ford clients or Ford customers will be able to leverage the supercharging network. This is brilliant. I love this. This is also, in my opinion, good for Tesla customers. Why? I know might sound counterintuitive because people are going to say, oh, well, now we're going to have longer lines for all of this. But no, I think that this will help accelerate the growth of the supercharger network, because I would imagine that Ford clients will have to pay a little more than Tesla clients, right? I mean, that kind of makes sense. But the more revenue that the supercharger network generates, the more supercharger we can create, right? And it's that snowball effect, right? It's like compound interest, but for the supercharging network. So this is brilliant. But why else is this brilliant? Well, because this is the first bridge of essentially another OEM going ahead and essentially making a deal to leverage something Tesla has already done. So why is this a big deal? Well, where are we at with FSD? This is going to be the next thing, right? Elon has said for a long time that he's open to licensing the software out. So this, I think, is the first start of what will eventually happen. And this just shows that these companies will work with Tesla eventually. Now, kudos to Jim Farley for being the first one to do this, for stepping out of the comfort zone. I think it shows how humble he's been with all of this. So I definitely think that that's awesome of him. This is great news for Tesla. This is going to be great news for shareholders. Big picture, think long term. Don't think just about your next time you're at a supercharger. Think about the big picture. More importantly, think about what happens when FSD becomes successful. Blue Cruise isn't there yet, and GM Cruise isn't there. Waymo's not doing anything still. What's Ford going to do? Well, they're going to say, well, screw this. I'm jumping on the bandwagon with Tesla, going to license their software, and it will just be us, just like with the supercharger network. So this really puts a lot of pressure on Mary Barra. She's kind of, in a camp on her own. Volkswagen is struggling ever since they got rid of Herbert Diess. The Chinese are coming. Man, this is very strong for Tesla. In fact, I haven't even checked to see if there's anything in the after hours. I'd be curious. Probably not. This is the kind of thing that for some reason the market would ignore. Yeah, up 18 cents after hours. Whatever, doesn't matter. All right, so I want to talk about something else. Let me see if I can pull it up here. So this is yet another historic day for Tesla. Again, Sawyer breaking this news. Let me bring this in here. Okay, so breaking for the first time ever, Tesla Model Y was the best-selling car in the world in Q1 of 2023, according to JATO data for 53, whatever. All right, so here we can see it. Tesla Model Y, 267,000 vehicles sold for Q1 of 2023. So it's on pace to be the best-selling vehicle in the world. Not best-selling EV, best-selling vehicle. If this happens, then I assure you, we will never again see an internal combustion engine vehicle be the top-selling vehicle in the world. This is the sign of this is the beginning of the end for the ice age. It's happening. Everybody said that we were crazy for this happening, but it's happening. It's happening fast. So this is very exciting. So some other big news. Now it's just been an exciting day, and I'll tell you why it's big news for me. Here we go. Hardware 4 on a blue Model Y versus hardware 3 on a white Model Y. So this was just detected. So you can see the difference in the cameras. You can see yeah, I mean, you can just tell the difference in these, right? Here's another shot of it. I will say, though, let's see. Hardware 4 on a blue Model Y. The only thing I would say is this doesn't look like a new Model Y, is blue one, because look at the door handles here. Let's see. I don't know. I don't. I just noticed that. Okay, no, never mind. Here it is. Like, I guess it's just a reflection here. It looks like that they're like the chrome, but I guess they're not. I wonder if I can zoom in even closer. No, that does look chrome. That's chrome. These are two different ones. I'm not really sure what we're seeing here anymore. Let me get out of this. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when you just do things on the fly. Because here's this one. This one, yeah, this one definitely looks different. Okay, either way, let's assume that this is true. Let's assume that this is hardware 4 that is finally going out to the Model Ys. This is very exciting. Okay, let's see. Kilowatt says confirmed. Tesla has begun producing Model Ys with autopilot hardware 4. We spotted a few mixed in with their existing hardware 3 inventory in South San Francisco just now. All right, so that's really exciting. Here we can see, yep, it's mixed at Burbank as well. And you can see the difference in the camera. Okay. Is there a camera on the front bumper? Curious how hardware 4 will improve since Tesla moved the ultrasonic sensors. There is not. Okay. And why is that a big deal? Well, a couple things. Well, one, because I almost said Hummer, the Cybertruck has a camera in the front bumper. But the other thing too is people have been wondering, like, okay, well, what happens if there's no ultrasonic sensors and something is in front of the car and the camera, it's like a blind spot where the car can't see it? Well, again, I think the camera's watching everywhere. And so there's, kind of memorization built in. So you can see if something doesn't clear a path and it'll know. And again, ultrasonic sensors, it's not like they can see everything that's right in front of you. They kind of see almost in a direct line, and they don't see over across the whole front of the bumper. So I don't really think that's a big deal. But I think this is exciting. This is very exciting because I've been debating about buying a new Model Y or a new Model 3. I haven't really pulled the trigger. Why? Well, because if we know that hardware 4 is coming out so soon, why would I want to go ahead and buy something now when, I could just wait for the newer hardware? And we know this hardware doesn't roll out for a while, right? So I think it's been like 3 to 5 years since we had the last hardware update. So I want to make sure I'm on the latest, greatest generation hardware whenever I get a new Tesla. And the reason I was thinking about the 3 over the Y was just because of the potential Highland vehicle. I want to see what that looks like, but we'll see. I mean, I think, I have a trip to Boston, family thing that we want to go and check out. And I really want to have the Tesla for that. Just, new Tesla with FSD on it, just to do some testing, some videos. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's really going to be dependent on whether or not hardware 4 is actually out there or not. So here we can see debt ceiling talks enter crunch time as negotiators get closer to a deal. So this is a pretty big deal. It seems like there is progress being made here. I guess they're about like a few tens of billions of dollars off from an agreement. So I think that we might see some good news over the weekend. Keep in mind the stock market is closed on Monday, so hopefully that gives us a little protection. But let's assume that we get a deal here. I think this is going to be very bullish for the stock market. You couple this with potentially some weaker inflation data, which we'll see, I guess, in about 2 weeks, just before the Fed meets. And that could be very bullish, especially if the Fed pauses. Now, I'm still not convinced the Fed's going to pause. I just, part of me feels like there's a chance they do one more rate hike. But, as Milton Friedman says, interest rate hikes have long and varied delays, right? And normally it's about 12 to 18 months. So the Fed needs to be very careful. And I think Milton Friedman, it was Nobel Prize winner for a reason. His work is extremely valuable and it stands the test of time. So I would definitely listen to him. All right, we're going to keep this one short. I got to go showered. Like I said, just got back from the gym, grabbed a glass of wine to listen to Jim and Elon talk. Again, I love this. Congress, take note. Look at these two competitors getting together, cutting deals, working together, going on spaces. They are working against each other, but they're also working together. And this is what matters at the end of the day, is to push society forward. Congress, again, take note, watch what they're doing, lead by example. All right. I love you all. Talk to you tomorrow. Peace.